We're breaking down Toyota's newest track-bred masterpieces, the GR-GT and the GR-GT3. Revealed to the world in December 2025, these vehicles literally represent a massive leap forward in high-performance engineering. Over the next few minutes, we're going to dissect the anatomy of these incredible machines, looking at all the latest specs, data, and design philosophies straight from Toyota Gazoo Racing. Here's our roadmap for today's virtual garage tour. First, an introduction to the GR-GT. Then, we'll cover the engine and gearbox specs, check out the body structure and aerodynamics, dive into some key innovations, and finally, wrap up with the options and driver experience. Section 1. Introduction to the Toyota GR-GT, the flagship reveal. Let's look at the grand intro to these two phenomenal machines that are basically redefining the supercar market. Now, what's super interesting here is how these two models were developed side by side, but they have totally different day jobs. On one hand, you have the GR-GT. That's your street-legal hybrid monster, built for the ultimate daily driving and canyon carving experience. On the flip side, we have the GR-GT3. This is its hardcore track-only sibling, built specifically to meet FIA GT3 regulations. The GT3 actually ditches the hybrid system completely for a pure internal combustion engine and uses extreme track-only aerodynamics. But make no mistake, they share the exact same DNA. I absolutely love this quote because it brilliantly captures Toyota's whole philosophy behind the project. Shiknin Sengu is actually a Japanese ritual of periodically rebuilding a shrine, right? Well, Toyota has applied this profound concept directly to their engineering. Veterans from the legendary Lexus LFA project are literally passing their deepest engineering secrets, their secret sauce, down to a whole new generation of car makers. It's really a passing of the torch to make sure high-performance artistry survives. Moving on to Section 2, Engine and Gearbox Specifications, Heart of the Beast. Let's pop the hood and examine what's actually powering this thing. Just look at these raw numbers. We are talking about a totally bespoke 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 designed entirely in-house. It churns out a massive combined output of over 650 horsepower and 850 newton-meters of torque. And check out that transmission spec, an 8-speed automatic using a wet start clutch. This completely eliminates the traditional torque converter, which means you're getting lightning-fast, race car-like gear shifts. You might have also noticed that the hybrid motor is integrated into the transaxle. Now, if you're new to supercar mechanics, moving the heavy gearbox and the electric motor all the way to the back of the car using a transaxle layout acts a lot like a giant seesaw. It perfectly balances out that heavy V8 engine sitting right behind the front wheels. And that brings us to this absolutely crucial number, a 45 to 55 front-to-rear weight distribution. By optimizing where the engine, rear transaxle, battery, and fuel tank sit, the engineers gifted the driver with near-perfect balance. We're talking aggressive cornering stability and just incredible traction coming out of tight bends.
Well, balance is only half the battle, right? Gravity is the other. By stuffing the two turbochargers right inside the V-shape of the engine block, a super efficient setup known as a hot V, and using a dry sump lubrication system to flatten out the oil pan, engineers managed to mount this massive 4.0-liter engine incredibly close to the ground. The result? An ultra-low center of gravity that firmly pins this car to the tarmac.
All right, Section 3, Body Structure and Aerodynamics, the Skeleton and Wind. Let's see how this chassis turns into an aerodynamic weapon. To hit those insane performance goals, Toyota literally had to look past traditional manufacturing. They went with their first ever all-aluminum body frame, and then they paired that ultra-rigid structure with lightweight carbon fiber reinforced plastic, or CFRP, for the body panels. They even used a carbon fiber torque tube to connect the front engine to the rear transaxle. The whole shebang results in a chassis that is feather-light yet incredibly stiff. Thanks to all those exotic materials and just obsessive engineering, they managed to keep the maximum weight of the road car under 1,750 kilograms. Honestly, when you consider that this thing is lugging around a hybrid V8 powertrain and a battery pack, keeping it under that limit is an astonishing engineering feat. This is probably my favorite part. It brilliantly shows their unique reverse approach to design. In traditional car making, stylists draw a really pretty car, and then the aero guys try to make it cut through the air later. For the GR-GT, they totally flipped the script. Aerodynamics engineers from their World Endurance Championship team established the perfect downforce and airflow model first. Only then were the exterior designers allowed to shape the final bodywork around that rigid aero blueprint. Okay, Section 4, Key Innovations, Pushing the Limits. Let's explore the cutting-edge tech keeping this car operating at peak performance. What's really wild is how they built this car. Before a single piece of actual metal was even cut, professional drivers were virtually testing and tweaking the handling using highly advanced racing simulators. Then, once it was built, they relentlessly tested it at grueling real-world circuits like Fuji Speedway and the Nürburgring to make sure it wouldn't just survive on the track, but absolutely dominate. So how does it actually hug the road? Well, the GR-GT features a newly designed low-mounted double wishbone suspension system on all four corners, crafted with forged aluminum arms. This sophisticated setup basically ensures that even when you are aggressively throwing the car into a sharp turn, the tires remain perfectly flat against the road. You get a highly linear response and extreme controllability right at the limit. And you're going to need some serious hardware for the speeds this thing hits. I mean, we're talking a top speed of over 320 kilometers per hour. That's almost 200 miles per hour. To handle that safely, Toyota partnered with Michelin to develop custom Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires just for the GR-GT. Plus, they clamped massive Brembo carbon ceramic disc brakes inside those 20-inch wheels to guarantee fade-free stopping power, lap after agonizing lap. Finally, Section 5, Options and Driver Experience, the cockpit experience. Let's open the door, step inside, and check out the driver's environment. When you step inside, you'll immediately notice this interior isn't about giant touchscreens or plush luxury distractions. No way. It's a driver-first environment meticulously crafted from a pro racer's perspective. The gauge clusters were refined through trial and error, so you can instantly read vital data, like shift-up lights and gear indicators in a fraction of a second while you're flying down a straightaway. But, Toyota still wants this car to be approachable. That's where the multi-stage vehicle stability control, or VSC, comes in. It lets you adjust the difficulty level, so whether you're a novice dealing with a wet track or a seasoned pro pushing for a lap record, the car adapts to you. And all the while, you are totally enveloped in sound. The exhaust pipe structure was specifically acoustic tuned to deliver a roaring interactive V8 symphony that literally changes pitch based on the engine's thermal energy. Looking at this timeline, you can really see the sheer dedication here. It's been a meticulous 5-year journey. It started as a bold concept back at the 2022 Tokyo Auto Salon, evolved into the physical prototypes we saw premiere in December 2025, and right now, they're driving it to failure and repairing it over and over as they march toward the planned production launch in 2027. So as we patiently wait for this absolute beast to hit select Lexus dealerships in 2027, I gotta leave you with this question. With its bespoke V8, its reverse-engineered aerodynamics, and its relentless focus on driver engagement, does this hybrid marvel have what it takes to officially dethrone the legendary Lexus LFA and become the undisputed new king of Japanese supercars? I'll let you ponder that one. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and keep your eyes on the track.